Hello, hello, everyone. This is Greg the Ghoul coming to you from within Phantasm Comics, and we have picked up another collection on the other side of this phone. Yep, that's right. It's another sci-fi fantasy book collection that a comic book store bought. That's right, that's what we buy. Got a lot of great stuff in here. This is a whole box of Stephen King, some real classic sci-fi fantasy stuff here. Boxes of paperbacks, a lot of paperback stuff down there. Some older digests, Ballantine book series, the adult fantasy series. Lots of great stuff in here. Hardcovers, first editions, tons of book club edition books. So lots of affordable stuff. Yeah, tons of boxes. So let's start digging in and see what we got. All right, well, let's just go box by box here. I don't know what's in most of these boxes, so a lot of it's going to be new to me as we do this. So we have Gene Wolfe, Fantasy Masterworks. I'm sure this is like something that's been in print quite a bit, but a lot of people like Gene Wolfe. There's going to be definitely front porch type of books. So stuff that's like, $3 paperbacks and stuff like that. They'll definitely be returning. Night Shadows, 20th Century Stories of the Uncanny. So you have some weird story stuff here. L. Sprague de Camp, Fletcher Pratt. The Complete Enchanter. So I'm sure there's probably, I don't even know how many are in that series, but probably three or four books, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books in there. And a lot of horror anthologies. So this is pretty cool. A lot of modern horror anthologies, but also some cool Conan books too. I think this was one of the few Conans, but there's a lot of Robert E. Howard stuff. So to stick within the Fantasy Masterworks line, so there's a lot of series of stuff. So these are numbered if anyone's collecting them. I think we got a bunch of them. Horrors Beyond 2 Stories of Strange Creations. Very cool, very cool. Let's see what else we got in here. This one's a little older. Flatland by Edwin A. Abbott. This is the 7th edition of a perennial science fiction classic about life in a two-dimensional world. Interesting. This one's a little beat, but it's the best ghost stories of J.S. Le Fanu. What do we got? Ursula K. Le Guin, Sea Road, Melmoth the Wanderer. Oh, we got M.G. Lewis's The Monk. Fun looking cover there as well. What is this? Here, let me put these here. The Fantastic Pulps, edited and introduced by Peter Haining. 21 tales of fantasy, horror, mystery, science fiction from the good old pulp days. So there's a bunch of that sort of stuff. Arthur Conan Doyle. He was The Devil's Dictionary by Ambrose Bierce. There's a few of those. Here's another one. It's another edition. I guess this person just really liked that book, because there are more of those editions too. Horror of the Heights. There we go. So I assume this is Airplane Horror by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Dark Imaginings, a collection of gothic fantasy. That's super cool. Has a little embossed treatment going on there. I do like that. I always do. And we have one loose page there. You can always see the loose pages when they're just a hair above. Just a touch. The Smoking Land, Max Brand. It's a Capra Press. I've never heard of Capra, but now there's something for me to look for. Capra Press. Okay. The artwork by Chris Mortensen. Okay. Then there was some from the Xanadu Library. Again, I've never seen the Xanadu Library book editions. MP Shield, Lord of the Sea. Never heard of that. I've heard of this, the Worm Ouroboros, E.R. Edison, of course. I've heard of that, and I've sold different editions. I just never have seen the Xanadu Library, Talbot Mundy. Interesting. Great Tales of Terror, edited by S.T. Joshi. Nightmare, 30 Terrifying Tales. So another modern collection of horror. Bug-Eyed Monsters. I think this is the second copy of this book we have here. 13 stories of dripping, creeping, gurgling, purling, trilling, oozing, seeping, gushing, deadly monsters. Interesting. And this one's got some, I don't even know what you call this. You know, when the lamination sort of peels off. Is this delamination? There you go. Some delamination happening here. But this is the collected ghost stories of Oliver Onions. Very cool. Who's this? Mr. Onions. Very good. Box 1 done. Let's get another one. You know, sometimes it's odd how this stuff really works out here. I was actually looking this entire series up on eBay, just considering possibly purchasing it. This is the year's best fantasy and horror series of books. Hardcover. This is the 16th annual collection of fantasy and horror, edited by Ellen Datlow and Terry Windling. Pretty cool. And this is volume 16 by St. Martin's Press. We also have the 8th annual. Same people doing the editing and everything. This is the 19th annual fantasy and horror, going with a different look on this cover, dropping what they had for quite a while. The 17th fantasy and horror, just to give you some of the names in here: Stephen King, Ursula K. Le Guin, Lucius Shepard, Neil Gaiman. I think Gaiman's in a lot of them too. So Ray Bradbury, let's see, China Melville. So there's all sorts. Let's keep going, see how many we can put together. This is a second 19th edition, so sometimes it's good just to have more than one. 18th fantasy and horror. Let's see, this one's got a little bit of a tear. This is the 20th annual collection of fantasy and horror. So 2007. That's the year that one's from. This is 2008, the 21st. Wonderful. And then some oddball pieces. Gregory Maguire, Mirror Mirror. This nice little, you know. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay, we have 5 Against Venus by Latham. Philip Latham. Science fiction novel. That's all it says in there. Let's see, the supernatural in fiction. Peter Penzalt, 1965, Humanities Press. No dust jacket. Here's Farnham's Freehold by Robert A. Heinlein. This is a book club edition. This picture on the back. And another Heinlein, Glory Road. Another book club edition. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, here we go. So the collection had a lot of Lovecraft, like all the modern Lovecraft, the stuff that's like Lovecraft noir, Lovecraft steampunk, like all that stuff that was coming out like maybe 5-10 years ago. It was like endless amounts of Lovecraft in a certain situation, like future Lovecraft. Decades, centuries, and even thousands of years in the future, the horrors inspired by Lovecraft do not know the limits of time or space. There you go. Anne McCaffrey, Kurt Vonnegut, Love to Daddy. Merry Christmas. I got you a Kurt Vonnegut book. Slapstick. We have Kurt Vonnegut Jailbird. I think this is the Kurt Vonnegut section. We have Galapagos, and these are all book club editions, but they're nice. They look nice hardcovers. Cat's Cradle. Interesting yellowing on the top there, not on the side. Oh, what's over here? This is another Anne McCaffrey, and double, same book. A. Van Vogt, Rogue Ship. We have The Beast. I mean, these are all pretty retro sort of book club editions anyway. They're very nice. Ancient Exhumations. Ancient Secrets Wait to be Unearthed. Okay, this is from Elder Signs Press. Okay. New Mythos Legends by Bruce, edited by Bruce Gehweiler. Very cool. This is from Marietta Publishing. Never heard of them either. I'll have to look up more of them. Timequake by Vonnegut. Anne McCaffrey, Acorna. Okay. Ray Bradbury's Twice 22. 2 memorable books. You get Golden Apples of the Sun and A Medicine for Melancholy. Another McCaffrey. We have Dragon's Island by Jack Williamson. This is Simon and Schuster. Beyond the Blue Event Horizon, Frederick Pohl from Del Rey. Here we go. This is the Steampunk Cthulhu. This is Eldritch Chrome, Unquiet Tales of Mythos Haunted Future. I have this. It's a great read. The Book of Cthulhu, edited by Ross Lockhart. And there's also a book 2 of that. Just really good. McCaffrey. More McCaffrey. We have William Hope Hodgson's Out of the Storm by Centaur Publishing. See, now this is another new publisher to me, so I would have to go down their rabbit hole and see what they got for me. This is some sort of invocation here. Very terrifying. And interesting. Okay. H.P. Lovecraft, The Children of Cthulhu. 23 Masters of Dark Fiction inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. And A Tide of Terror, an anthology of rare horror stories, edited by Hugh Lamb. And there's a few other edited by Hugh Lamb books in this collection. So that's this box. Let's keep moving. All right. Here comes what looks like our first true paperback box. All paperbacks in here. A lot of stuff that we've seen before, so get buckled in. It's not Mac Reynolds, Satellite City, Roger Zelazny's My Name is Legion. So a lot of these are things we've seen before, and also sold before. Congo. Okay, I'll just Douglas Mason. Philip Jose Farmer, I always recommend, at least to check them out, look them up. Universe 1. Terry Carr. Stand on Zanzibar. John Brunner. A lot of Brunner in here, which was kind of cool. Time Wars, second in the new time travel adventures. What was really cool to see was the adult fantasy series by Ballantine Books. So there's a lot of these in here. Conditions all over the place on them. But these books do have some value. So if you see, I don't know if that's going to be in, but there's like a little unicorn up here at the top. And in a circle it says adult fantasy. It's Ballantine Books. Those books generally have some value to them. So you can, in whatever condition they're in when you find them. Hopefully they're in good condition. This is another Farmer. This is from his series. Which one is this? It's the first in the series, right? To Your Scattered Bodies Go, Philip Jose Farmer. Then we have the Professor Jameson Space Adventures by Neil R. Jones. Space War, number 3. Twin Worlds, number 4. Then we have the Altered Ego. Wasp. Not in great condition. This is Ballantine release of the Best of Stanley G. Weinbaum. Robert Silverberg here. Tons of Robert Silverberg. Rama. Another one of these Ballantine books. James Tiptree Jr. I don't think this is in the official series. There were some that came afterwards. It continued on, but if it doesn't have the unicorn, I think it's later in the series. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Okay. Moon of the Wolf. Moon of the Wolf. Right there. More Heinlein. 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 The Sentinel. Always love that cover. Little prune face on there. Canine Corps. Alright. Bred to Kill. Love that. It's wild. Cry Wolf. Cyclonesis. I want more Canine Corps. That's what I want. Pretty common stuff. Aliens. And some more Ballantine adult fantasy. So this one is Discoveries in Fantasy by Lynn Carter. A lot of them have wraparound covers too. Very nice artwork featured on them. William Morris, The Water of the Wondrous Isle. There's that Valentine Books. It's a long book series too. Thomas Burnett Swan, The Goat Without Horns. This one, we got stuff in here. All right, a lot of Robert Silverberg, Andre Norton. And let's see what we got down here. New Worlds for Old. Introduction and notes by Lynn Carter. Here is the Lava Light World. Philip Jose Farmer. More Philip Jose. This is the Tea with Black Dragon by R.A. McAvoy. It's an interesting one with the red at the top. So a red colored one. This is the Sorcerer's Ship by Hans Bach. The Sheep Look Up by John Bruner. There we go. Kind of like a famous cover, I think. Time Trap Gambit. And here's another one in the Professor Jameson Space Adventure series. Planet of Monsters. Doomsday of Agiat. Alright, so that is 4 boxes out of what I think is over 20 boxes of books. If you like this sort of content, you want to see more book covers, just different stuff, I have 20 or so more boxes to go. So we maybe can do 4 or 5 at a time. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more paperbacks that'll be showing up at Phantasm Comics someday soon. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next video or at the comic shop. Have a good one!